Hey, what's going on? It's Salt from Pokemon Go Radio, and we decided to make this video all about Stardust and Star Pieces. The reason we're making it is, no lie, the other night I was out after the Stardust event started, and I was doing some Poke Science, and then later on Jack, our YouTube director, actually texted me and was like, hey, I'm thinking we should make a video all about Star Pieces and Stardust and how to grind it. And I was like, Jack, get your Psychic Pokemon type out of my mind. Of course we're going to do that. I want to do that. I've already got a bunch of video shot of what Star Pieces work on and all that kind of stuff. So we decided to make a video. Before we get into all that nerd stuff, I do want to show you something. This is a pillow that my mother bought and didn't see anything wrong with it. You got that? Yeah. 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 It's one of my favorite possessions ever. Peppa's in the background, trying not to laugh right now. I love it so much. Okay, so we want to talk about Stardust and Star Pieces. The big question that we got from a lot of people was, what do Star Pieces, I know kind of what they do and what they're for getting more Stardust, but then also, what do they work on and what don't they work on, and what are some of the most effective ways for me to grind Stardust? Stardust is obviously hugely important to this game. It's how we power up our Pokemon, it's what turns them from little babies into big huge fighters, and it's the resource everybody can't seem to get enough of. So we wanted to talk about some of the sources and the ways you get. So let's talk about just Stardust in general real quick. There's a bunch of different ways, notably catching Stardust, or you get different Stardust for different evolutions you catch. So base level, no weather boosting, you get 100 Stardust for catching a wild Pokemon. If you catch a second stage, you're going to get the 300 and then 500. If you get a weather boosted Pokemon, meaning that the weather type matches the individual Pokemon's type, you're going to get a 25% increase. So instead of 100, 125, instead of 500, 625. So it's not a huge amount, but it's not nothing. Other ways you can get it, egg hatching is another big one. 400 to 800 for a 2 kilometer. It's going to be in the range. 800 to 1600 for a 5 kilometer, and then you also get up to 1600 to 32,000 for that 10 kilometer, and that's a huge deal. 7 kilometers are actually the same as 5 kilometers on that Stardust reward. Other ways you can get it, defeating raids, you get 500 Stardust for doing that. You can also feed berries to Pokemon in a gym, you get 20 a pop for that. 7-day bonus streaks, and every day that you complete in your bonus, when you complete the 7-day weekly bonus, you get up to 3,000 Stardust for the 7th day, but remembering each day, the first time you catch a Pokemon and the first time you spin a Pokestop, you're going to get an increase for that as well. And then you also get them from opening gifts. You can get anywhere from 0 up to 300 Stardust per gift, and remember, you can only open 20 gifts a day. Special research, when you complete special research tasks, sometimes it can just be like 2,000. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to go out, and I've already got some of the videos done, but we're going to go through and I'm going to kind of narrate, and we're going to go through and we're going to test Star Pieces on each one of these sources and methods to see if Star Pieces are actually working. So Star Pieces are a way for you to get your Stardust, but they don't double. I know a lot of people were confused when they first rolled out, like a lucky egg. So for example, when you feed a berry to a Pokemon in a gym, instead of getting 20 Stardust, you get 30 Stardust, because it's a 50% increase. And that really does help, and that really helps you stack up. So we'll go through and we're going to verify with video evidence what Star Pieces do affect. We'll show you guys all that, and then we'll give you our tips and our recommendations for how you can use those 30-minute Star Piece windows the most effectively to get the most bang for your buck. Did you guys know I have a megaphone? Also, we just got back from Community Day, where Peppa and I had a bet. I caught 5 shiny Cyndaquil, and how many did you catch, Peppa?
I don't want to talk about it.
Nobody. Oh, dang it.
Nobody cares how many you caught. It wasn't 5. Sorry, Copper, is that concerning to you? He doesn't like it.
But bottom line, we got a bunch of video footage and we recorded a bunch of stuff, and I wanted to actually show you guys what Star Pieces had an effect on when we were out there doing it. So in a second, we're going to cut, we're going to slide ever so slightly, and Jack is going to have some footage right up here next to me, and I'm going to kind of talk through things. I couldn't find anything Stardust-wise that wasn't affected by Star Pieces. I know there's been a lot of rumors about raid rewards or field research or breakthroughs or yada yada yada, but the point is, and I'm going to show you guys the video footage, every single thing I tried with the Star Piece active ended up giving me a 50% multiplier. Okay, so first off, we have to talk about what this event covered. If you look here in the news section, you can see that the event actually covered specifically double Stardust for catches and hatches. So that's going to change some of the numbers. So if you're looking at this in the future, Remember, we're in that November Stardust event right now. But we'll see specifically how the star piece is affected. So the first thing I want to do is want to pull up this video of me catching a Venonat. Right? The weather was sunny outside, so it's not weather boosted. It's just a regular old Venonat. And you're going to see as I catch it here, it's going to be 300 Stardust. So it's normally 100. It's doubled, so that gives us 200. And you'll see the number right there, 300, a 50% increase from the star piece. Okay, let's switch to the other video of something that is weather boosted, this Rosalia. I'm catching it, sunny weather grass type. It's going to be boosted. I catch it, 300 Stardust with the star piece active, and then boom, you see it right there? That little plus sign with the weather icon for sunny coming up right there, and it increases the Stardust by 75. That lets you know that you get a 25% bonus because that you have the weather active. So you can see the 25% bonus is applied afterwards. I was going to get 300 Stardust for catching a regular Pokemon. It took 25% of that whatever amount I was going to get, in this case 300, added 25% on top of that, 75, which brings us to the total of 375. So that's how you get that. So 25% for weather boosted, it's not a world of difference, but if you imagine doing that over the course of a day or a week, or in the case of a couple days or a community day, that 25% can really add up. Okay, let's talk about hatching. Earlier in the video, we talked about the different ranges that hatching can affect it, and it's kind of hard to tell if your star piece is affecting, in this example, I think it's like 1,145 or 42 or something like that, because the way the eggs work are in a range. 2 kilometer has a certain range, 5 kilometer and 7 kilometer have a range, 10 kilometer have a range of the Stardust and the candy you can get in them. But we do know from testing, and everybody's been able to confirm, that star pieces do affect that hatching Stardust that you're going to get, and that's going to affect everything when we talk about the tips and the way to maximize star piece effectiveness here at the very end. Let's talk about something that's not affected by the event. First, I want to show you guys the video of a raid. This is me finishing up a Sableye raid, and you're going to notice that because I have a star piece active, the amount of Stardust is going to be increased off of that 500%. So you've got that going. And then also, this is one that I know we'd gotten, it's actually one of the reasons we did this video, was field research. You're going to see here, I'm going to actually go into my menu, and I'm going to show you guys the amount of Stardust I have on my Mewtwo, U1 there, right? And then I'm going to log back out into my main, and then I'm going to cash in that field research right there for 200 Stardust. I'm going to try to go back in. I'm going to go into the wrong menu, and then I'm going to actually go back in and show you Mewtwo again, and you'll notice I didn't get 200 Stardust. I actually got 300 Stardust, meaning the star piece is effective on field research. So if you do have some stacked up, like 1,000 or 500 or something like that, it's not the most amazing. I'm not saying you should clog your inbox up waiting to be able to do that, but just know that if you do have something like that and you're looking at popping a star piece anyway, you will get credit for that. The last one I want to show you guys is kind of interesting too. It's the field research breakthrough. So I was able to actually time this out today for Community Day. You're going to notice as I go through in the video and I start claiming my rewards, it's going to go through the list, and you're going to see that I get 3,000 Stardust. Normally you'd get 2,000 Stardust, so I did actually get 50% more Stardust when I completed that field research breakthrough. I don't know if anybody's ever been able, I mean, I'm sure somebody's checked that out, but I don't know if you've ever seen documented field evidence of a star piece affecting that. So that was pretty cool. I was glad that it worked out in time for this video, and I got to show you guys that. Another one that you can see too is gifts. This is kind of a hard one too because it is in that range, but the video Jack is showing you guys right now is when I'm actually opening this gift right here, you're going to see that I open it and I actually get 150 Stardust out of that package, meaning that the star piece had to affect it, right? It's not just some random assortment and, oh, in this particular gift I got that amount. Star piece is not divvied out by 50s in gifts, it's by hundreds. So you know that it was supposed to be 100 Stardust in that gift package, but because I had a star piece active, I actually ended up getting 150 out of it. There was one other one I forgot to get a video of too. It's if you feed a berry at a gym, you'll get 30 Stardust instead of 20 Stardust. I didn't get a video of it, but I'm sure you trust me on that one. You can go and test it out. Not the most efficient way to get Stardust. Which brings us to our last point. What is the most efficient way to grind for Stardust? And I wish in doing my research over the past couple days, I would have uncovered something that was really cool and could go viral or whatever. But it's probably what you already know in the first place. The best way to get Stardust is to pop a star piece, find a place where there's a lot of spawns going on, and just catch like crazy. Weather boosting is going to help you a little bit, but it's not going to make or break that 30 minutes. The thing that is going to help you amass the most amount of Stardust outside of an event like we're having right now is just catching Pokemon. That's all you're going to really do. We looked at a number of different other options, like for example raids, but the 2 minutes you queue in the lobby just don't make it efficient unless you do some really hardcore gamesmanship with people setting up multiple raids back to back, decreasing the lobby timer. So my advice to you is if you're looking to get the most possible Stardust within 30 minutes, you can do a couple things to prepare for that. Obviously knowing where to have spawns, making sure that you have plenty of balls and inventory space for both the Pokemon as well as the items that you're probably going to pick up, and then prepping eggs to hatch in the window of the star piece. So you can imagine having a couple of different eggs, at different levels, all timed to go as soon as your star piece hatches. So 4 minutes or whatever later into that 30 minutes, they're all going and pinging, and you're getting 50% more off of each of those hatches. But the bottom line, you want to get out there, you want to catch like mad for 30 minutes, and you want to get on your Stardust grind. So if I missed anything as far as sources of Stardust and ways and tips that you guys want to see or try out or have us look into, or corrections I need to make on the show, or this whole YouTube video was actually because we're gonna talk about this on episode, I think it's 118 of our next episode, and I wanted to make sure that we did the background research and we shared it, but we were catching so many videos and all that kind of stuff, and Jack and I had the idea of doing the video. So if you guys can think of something cool or different, or if you retweet this video, I will definitely get with Nar and Walls and Peppa, and we will send you guys, we'll at least pick one person, and we'll send some of these posters that PGR, friend of the show, sent to us. So we'll let you pick which poster design, and we'll send that out to you. So that's a little contest we're going to do. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. I know Jack made all my rambling sound a whole lot better than it actually was, so praise be to Jack for editing this video. And if you guys like this video, please share it, let other people know, because we want to get more people out there to the podcast and just kind of show people like what we're doing and get people involved in the community. It's really awesome. That's why we do these videos. We're not trying to break into the YouTube scene, but we really like it. We really like sharing the information with you guys, and we just like building a strong community there for our podcast. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys leave any comments or suggestions in the comment section below. And in the meantime, go freaking catch them all. This is what happens when we find 100% Cyndaquil somewhere.